Welcome to the Explainer. Let's just dive right in. Today, we're tackling something that is incredibly powerful but honestly beautifully simple. I mean, we've all been asked that classic question, right? What do you want to be when you grow up? And for a lot of us, trying to answer that can feel a bit like trying to build a massive skyscraper without any blueprint. It's totally overwhelming. But today, we're looking at this brilliant source document called the My Dream Career Worksheet. Basically, we're going to act as the architects of our own future and we'll draft a really specific, reliable personal blueprint for exactly what we want to do with our lives. By the end of this explainer, you are going to know exactly how to map out a crystal clear path to your ultimate dream career. So here's our game plan for today. First, architects of the future. Second, your 4 building blocks. Third, a real-world example, the pro basketball player. And fourth, 2 steps to success.
All right, Section 1, Architects of the Future, starting the blueprint.
You know, whenever you look at a towering skyscraper, you gotta remember that before it was this massive thing made of steel and glass, it was literally just lines on a piece of paper, right? An architect had to plan the foundation way before they could even think about building the roof. Well, planning your career works exactly the same way. The whole core philosophy here is translating complex dreams into universal, simple structures. A dream is, well, it's massive, it's kind of fuzzy, and it lives entirely up in your imagination. But a structure is solid, it's clear, and it exists in the real world. So this worksheet is the tool that's going to force you to take that overwhelming and honestly sometimes terrifying dream and break it down into these manageable, bite-sized pieces that absolutely anyone can master. Moving on to Section 2, your 4 building blocks, the vocabulary. Okay, so to construct a strong blueprint for your future, you obviously need the right materials. And in this case, our materials are our vocabulary. According to the worksheet, there are 4 specific foundational building blocks we need to define. And listen, we cannot skip any of these if we want our blueprint to hold up. It's actually kind of funny because even as adults, so many of us struggle to answer these 4 basic questions clearly. So our very first building block is the term person. The worksheet simply defines this as the job you want to do. The absolutely crucial point here is that you aren't just naming a daily task. You're actually naming the identity you want to step into. Are you a teacher? Are you a scientist, an artist, maybe a software engineer? This is your starting point, your ultimate job title. Our second block is reason. The document defines this as the why you want to do it. See, just knowing what you want to be, that's not enough. You need a powerful engine to drive you there when things inevitably get tough. The reason is your core motivation. Like, why does this specific job matter to you so much? Do you want to help people? Do you absolutely love solving puzzles? Do you want to create beautiful things? Your reason is essentially the heartbeat of your career blueprint, because without a strong why, the whole structure is just going to fall apart the second you face a difficult challenge.
Next up is our third block, and frankly, this is where most people get kind of stuck. It's preparation. The definition here is the steps you will take to reach your goal. This right here is where the dream meets reality. Because dreams, they don't just happen magically, right? They require consistent, real-world action. These are the specific, tangible things you must do, starting literally today, to make that dream a reality. You can't just cross your fingers and wish for an amazing career. You've got to prepare for it, step by step, day by day. And that brings us to our final building block, which is goal. Now, pay really close attention here because the worksheet gives us a very specific definition for this one. A goal is the thing you want to achieve or reach when you are already the person you want to be or doing your dream job. So getting the job, that is not the finish line. It's actually just the starting line. Once you're finally working in your dream career, what is the ultimate achievement you want to unlock? What kind of mark do you want to leave on your field or even on the world? That ultimate achievement is your goal. Let's jump into Section 3. Example, pro basketball player. Okay, let's take those 4 abstract building blocks we just talked about and snap them together to see what they look like in the real world. We'll look at the specific example provided right in the source text, the professional basketball player. Look at how these blocks just instantly become clear declarative sentences. First, we have the person. My dream is to be a professional basketball player. Second is the reason. I want to be a pro because I love playing basketball. Now notice the preparation part here. To make this paragraph really sturdy, the worksheet requires 2 distinct preparation steps. So preparation 1, I will practice shooting and dribbling every day. And preparation 2, I will exercise to become very strong. Finally, we hit that post-job goal. I want to win a championship and be a famous player. You see how that works? Together, these 5 sentences form a perfectly structured, totally bulletproof explanation of this person's future. Which brings us to Section 4, 2 steps to success. Your turn.
So we've seen the blueprint and we've studied a finished model. Now we're going to pivot from theory to practice. It is completely your turn to take these proven tools and start constructing your own vision. The worksheet breaks your assignment down into two really highly manageable steps. Step 1 is planning. Before you even try to write a single paragraph, you just simply fill in the blanks with your isolated terms, your person, your reason, your two preparations, and your goal. Then, and only then, do you move on to step 2, which is writing. Here, you take those planned pieces and just combine them into your final 5-sentence paragraph, exactly like that basketball player example we just looked at. And think about why this really matters. Going through this process ensures you aren't just daydreaming, you're building a concrete narrative. Because you've already defined your identity, your motivation, your actionable steps, and your ultimate achievement, this paragraph basically becomes your script. When you stand up to present your dream career in front of the class, you are not going to need to memorize some long, complicated speech. Nope. Just remember your 4 blocks, make good eye contact with your audience, and deliver your 5 sentences with absolute clarity and total confidence.
We've laid out the tools, we've studied the vocabulary, and we've looked at the blueprint. The architecture of your future is entirely in your hands now, just waiting to be designed. So, I'm going to leave you with this one provocative question. When you sit down with your worksheet, what will your 5 sentences build?